out is you're getting older now. You're playing baseball now. You know, this is a different game than when you hit the ball off the tee and ran to third base. You know, this is where you guys really start to learn how to play the game and get better. The game gets harder, and you get better. And it's really, I mean, for your parents, it's a great thing for them to watch. They watch you blossom as ball players. And one of the things that was really important to me when I was growing up about your age is that I was afraid I wasn't going to get to play if I didn't move around. You know, everybody has a favorite position to play. Mine was center field. I grew up as a center fielder because I was afraid of the ball. I was afraid of ground balls. I have a big nose on my face, but I like where it sits. And I wasn't good. And my dad used to love to hit fly balls, so I figured might as well go with it. So I was a center fielder most of my life until my junior year in college. And our coach, I went to Oregon State, and our coach said, "Hey, really, some Oregon people out there? Hey, thank you." You're a long way from home. In my junior year, my coach pulled me aside and he says, "You're my best athlete. I don't have a shortstop. I'm going to teach you how to do it." And it was a really amazing transformation because I told him, "Why do you think I play in the outfield?" Because I'm afraid of the ball. And he said, "I'll teach you how to do it the right way, and you won't be afraid anymore." And he was absolutely right. He used to make me carry around which basically looked like a ping pong paddle, and that was my glove for the longest time because he wanted to make sure that I got used to fielding the ball with two hands. So I didn't have a glove. I just had a piece of plywood with a piece of rubber on the back so it could stick to me, and I would catch everything that way. And with each passing day, he taught me different things about playing the position, and I ended up literally being drafted as a shortstop, but then went back into the outfield. But my point about playing different places is that if you think that your favorite position is shortstop, sooner or later you're going to see these kids that you're playing against here, that how good they are. And you're going to see a guy on the other team and you're going to be like, "This guy's an amazing shortstop already. He's 12 years old. I'm not sure that I'm that good." Well, what happens if the other kid on the team plays shortstop better than you do? You get to sit on the bench unless you can play somewhere else. The reason why I played 9 positions in the big leagues wasn't because I really wanted to. It was out of necessity. I moved around so that I could play. I wanted to play. I didn't want to be sitting on the bench. So I made myself a great defensive player no matter where you put me. Now my problem was I couldn't hit. I might have played 15 years in the big leagues if I could hit. But I made myself a valuable player because I wasn't just a second baseman. I wasn't just a left fielder. I could do it all, and I could generally do it better than the guy that they had playing there, but that guy probably could hit better than I could. So, how many Red Sox fans here? Everybody? What about Brock Holt right now?
Woo!
Brock Holt's a guy who was a second baseman, right? Who plays second base for the Red Sox? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brock Holt ain't playing no second base for the Red Sox as long as Pedroia's around. So what did he do? They asked him if he could play in the outfield. He said, "Yeah, I can play in the outfield." You know what? He never played in the outfield in his life. But he said, "Yeah, I can do it," because he wanted to play. And then he became a pretty darn good outfielder. Then they moved him over to third base. Now he's in left field. Sometimes he's in center. Guy plays everywhere. And because he's doing such a great job, they find a way to make sure that he gets out there to play every day. Not always at second base. He's been playing some second since Pedroia was hurt. But when Petey comes back, Holt's going to go play somewhere else. So that's like a great example. Mookie Betts, same thing, right? Mookie is a second baseman too. A lot of second basemen on the Red Sox that aren't going to play second base. So he ends up being an outfielder. And how good is Mookie Betts as an outfielder? Pretty darn good for a guy who never really played out there before. So you can learn how to play other positions. And I guess the thing for me that I would really stress to you is play the position you want to play. But during batting practice, after you've took your ground balls wherever you like to play, or you've taken your fly balls in the outfield, go somewhere else and take ground balls over there. Or have your coach hit you a couple fly balls if you've always been an infielder. Because someday you might be out there, and it will help you. One of the other things that I wanted to talk to you about is I notice a lot of parents, a lot of adults, a lot of friends of parents, you know, when you get home tonight, thank them for getting you here. You know, you're not going to be playing. You wouldn't be able to play in these tournaments if it wasn't for them and the sacrifices that they make, and the coaching staff and the guys that dedicate their times to you. They come out, you know, some of these coaches, they don't even have a kid on the team. They're coming out to coach because they want to dedicate some time to the betterment of you guys. I grew up in Eugene, Oregon, and I ended up in the big leagues. And I'm looking at a bunch of players right here, and there might be a big leaguer sitting here. So look around. Maybe one of you guys, because you never know. Because I'll tell you what, when I was in high school, my senior year in high school, I hit 239 for my senior year. Is that good? No, it's not. It's not good. But I had a great summer season. I ended up getting a scholarship to college. My first 3 years in college, I hit 243, 246, 248. Then I went to a summer season. How many of you guys know what the Cape League is here? I didn't play in the Cape League. I played in the Jayhawk League in Kansas, but very much the same. In fact, I'm told that when I was playing, the best summer baseball league for college players was in Alaska. There was 4 teams in Alaska that played. And then the Jayhawk League where I played, and the Cape League really wasn't the best brand of baseball. Now it is. All the best college baseball players go to the Cape League. Now in that season, I had a great season, and that's where all the scouts watch you play. So I came back for my junior season at Oregon State. I wasn't all that good again because it rains on you every day, but they had already seen what I could do. And so they drafted me thinking, this guy could be good. And so then I just kept plugging away. I was never the best player on any team I ever played on. And that's not important, really. The important thing is that you're the best player that you can be. And that's where you leave it. You know, you do the best job you can be. We can't all be the best player on the team. But how many guys are out there, right? 9. You know, it takes all of you to get the job done. So that's kind of my story, is that I just kept plugging away. I wanted it more than anyone else. This game is supposed to be fun for you guys. But within that, winning is kind of fun. You know, winning's a lot better than losing. And to me, you know, doing my best to get as good a player as I could be, I could help my team win. And that's kind of the way I've been doing it for my whole life. And I got to spend 13 years playing pro baseball, 9 of them in the big leagues. It's the greatest thing that, you know, the rest of my life's a downhill decline now, because that was the best time of my life. But I'm still trying to have fun. I don't want to take up a lot of your time, because I know I want to see the home run hitting contest. But if there's any questions, I can answer a couple questions before we move along. If you got anything for me. Bueller.